Okay. We're just getting right into it today. Let's see here. Yeah, we're just getting right into it today. My camera's in a weird position. I'm gonna have to play with it, I believe. Serve, thanks for gifting a washi. Hello, Max. Woo. Hello, Cozy Coco. Hello, Madai. Hello, Momichi. Arisha. Who else we got in here that we normally don't see? Serve, of course. Nadia, Horse. Let's see. Z-May, Z. Yup, that's the one. Lumi. Yup. Quaffles with syrup. Wow, that's really something. Minaru. Let's situate this camera real quick, because I've nearly knocked it over a few times offline, and I got a lot of paint here because I've been kind of a disaster. When I'm not on stream, I paint real close to the chest. Let's see, let's get a model here so we can just see how we're looking. Not terrible. A little more up. Or down, in this case. Is this as far down as it'll go? No shot. Oh, yes shot, actually. Well, then we'll just have to be better. Thanks for gifting all the gifts, everybody. Why couldn't I sleep? I had a tummy ache. It was about 1:40, and I was like a millisecond from falling asleep, and my tummy started hurting real bad, and I said, uh-oh. And I couldn't sleep anymore after that. I got up. I drank some water. I had a Tums. And I painted a rat. And I was like, I guess I'll paint another one because I'm wide awake. So I was like, well, if I'm going to paint another one, let's just turn it on and see what happens. So here we are. These are the rats that I've painted offline. One got posted to Twitter. One of them didn't. Because he literally just got finished 10 minutes ago. Here's the Twitter rat. He looks good. I'm really happy with the way he came out. I like his color palette. It's nice and different from what I normally paint. He's got lots of nice little details, like his little gun, his little pouches, his little nose. I'm now realizing I didn't do the eyes on the other one, but then I realized that 1 second later that he doesn't have eyes. So, yeah, they're really fun, these storm vermin. And you'll see in a second why the other one doesn't have eyes. This is the one I just painted, like literally moments ago. He looks like this. He has little cages on his helmet over his eyeballs, so he doesn't have eyes to paint. But he's much the same. A lot of the same colors used, because they're, it's like a uniform. He doesn't have a pistol or any fancy warpstone. He has a little bell. He's got a different spear. It's got like a little hook on it. His helmet's a bit different. Yeah. So, I figured I will paint another one. Oh, and here's a size comparison. They are absolutely tiny. The thing is, they're probably still like at least 5.5 feet tall, but the Stormcast are gigantic. But yeah. Prime Stormcast? We painted some Stormcast last week. I don't think you were there, though. This guy's got a little mace. He's got a spear. He's got a little bell on his tail. I'm just kind of taking in his details real quick. He looks like this. I feel like I'm too low now, because this is where it's going to be most comfortable for me to paint, on camera at least, and now I feel too low. So let's fix it. Another one ready to go? I have like 40 ready to go. I prime in bulk. Let's fix this. Oh, well, that's too far. Right here. Yeah. We can work with that. Nice 12 months. Thanks, Thousand. I don't know if I want to paint this one. He has like a little gap that I need to fill, and my sprue goo is still fermenting. I'm making some more. I need to add some more sprue to it, though. Yeah, how we looking? Yeah, that is not gooey enough. Where'd that sprue go? I still have it. Let's make some. Let's keep creating sprue goo. Where'd my fucking nippers go? Wait, where did they go? Hello? Hello? Wait. What? They're... What did I do with them? What? Wait. Red, yellow, hello? Where are my nippers? I don't see them anywhere. And they never leave this desk. So at some point they did. And are now missing? I mean, I could snap pieces off this sprue just fine. But I'd rather nip them. If at all possible. Check the floor? I am. I'm looking around. This is what you do to make sprue glue, though. You just snap pieces of sprue off. And you just put it in the half full pot of glue, and eventually the sprues get reduced to a paste, and you use that to fill gaps. Seriously, where did they go? Did they end up in here in this baggie? I have a baggie because I bought some new pallets, and I have a baggie right here. Did they fall in here? No. I haven't used it since I was snapping pieces off earlier for the sprue glue. Where did they go? I'm looking around. Did I bring them to my desk? My computer desk? Because this isn't working anymore. I'm like, look how much I have to twist this and it's still not breaking. What the hell is that? Okay, I'm getting up. I found them. They were under my chair somehow. Directly in my blind spot. As soon as I scooted my chair back, they appeared. But yeah, I'll just add some more sprue to this, because I've been letting it cook all day, and it needs a little bit more ingredients. Obviously, the more glue that was in the container when you started, the more sprue you gotta add to gooify it. And this thing was about half full when I started adding some. So, I'll just keep adding. You gotta add a pretty good amount. Batman Live at EU hours, we're winning. Rip my sleep schedule, it's only 3 a.m., that's not so bad. We'll add one more big piece, and then we'll call that enough for now. Okay. And we'll let that ferment. Give it a little shake, and it'll get gooing. See, I've used about half of this little sprue, this little character sprue. Okay, now that that's done with, I'm not going to use this guy because you can see he has a little gap right there that I want to fill, but I don't have sprue goo for it. So, I'll swap and paint a different one. I'll just pick one at random. You're the guy in front, so it's gonna be you, buddy. This one has a little rat in between his legs. He's got a little Skaven symbol tied to his tail. A lot of them's pretty generally the same. He's got little thigh plates. He's got a little sword. Yeah. He's fine. We'll paint this guy. Mog, thank you. Thanks for all the gifted, everybody. If I'm doing okay, I'm doing just fine. I'm a little low energy, but he has a baby. Well, like, imagine if, like, humans went into battle with, like, little tiny chimpanzees. I imagine that's kind of what it's like. Like, it's kind of like a man, but not. So, Flesh Terror is red, which you guys might recognize when I painted Torgaradon last week, is the color that... What is happening here? Do we see this? Why are we bending and keeping our shape? Eat water, fiend. But yeah, Flesh Terror is red. For his nice red armor. I've kind of just painted the armor red and then left it alone afterwards. I don't really know what else I could do to it. Like, I have a couple of red shades, but I don't want to, like, dim it too much, because the nice saturated red armor is kind of a part of them. It's kind of... Especially Storm Vermin. Cane Cat? What the? I haven't seen Cane Cat around these parts in a long time. What's up, buddy? I haven't talked about it because we haven't painted any of these guys on stream. But, they are all primed in Citadel Gray Sear, which adds kind of a coolness to all of their colors. Even the warm colors are cold. Which I think works for Skaven, because they're not some kind of paragons of light and order. They are very chaotic. Been busy taking care of your dad? Hope everything's good with you, man. Yeah, I got a smaller brush the other day, and I'm liking using it, even though it takes a little bit longer. I can be pretty neat with this thing. So, I'm just gonna pick out all of the armor details. They tend to all have shin guards, bracers, a big, like, hauberk, kind of, like, cuirass. And a helmet. Oh, and hip plates. Some of them have cod pieces too. Yeah, I was literally like, I could feel myself like, when my stomach really started hurting and I got up out of bed to go like drink some water, I knew I was gonna be up, because I was like seconds from sleep. Like right before I got up, like I was kind of in that weird kind of dream zone where you're not really conscious anymore, and I went from there to fully awake and it completely ruined it. So now I'm up. It's alright, Kenny Cat, I get you. Hope everything's alright. But yeah, at least I'm being productive. We'll have 2 rats painted that I didn't before. It's kind of hard to reach this other shin guard. You could technically see it under in between his legs. I just have to get the edge. We'll say that is good enough. It's all the little edges of the armor I gotta make sure I get, because it's thick. It's not like Space Marine armor where all the pieces are pieced together. It's like layering. So, it's like on this hip plate. Right here. I gotta make sure to hit all of those. When I paint the panels. This red looks a lot like blood. Yeah, it kind of does. It's kind of a rich, dark red. They call it Flesh Terrors red. But the Flesh Terrors are successors to the Blood Angels. So, yeah. I can see it. Not that the Blood Angels have... I mean, they have a blood motif, but their color is much more like McDonald's red than it is blood red. Evil, 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 evil camera. These guys are really small, so if I want to get good detail and stuff like that on the camera, I gotta really zoom in, and that is tough to keep focus on for camera. This guy, I'm noticing, actually has wrist bracers, and he's got, like, arm guards, too, higher up, like on his biceps. He's the first one to have those. That's fun. That brush looks nice. I think it's a small layer brush. A synthetic size small layer brush from Citadel. It only looks nice because it's brand new. And after a few paint sessions, it'll look like the others. I got it yesterday. And didn't use it until I painted the rat that I posted on Twitter. So it's still got a nice point. Like, I know, like, some people buy really expensive brushes and take care of them. I would rather just keep running through brushes that cost a couple bucks. It's just easier for me. Is that wasteful? I mean, I haven't thrown any brushes away yet. So, I would argue no. They just eventually get demoted to being shade brushes or peanut butter brushes. Which is less of a demotion and more of some kind of lateral movement. There's pride in being a peanut butter brush. It's a job that not all of them can do. I just don't want to spend $20, $25 on a single Kolinsky Sable brush and then have it have just the same amount of life in it as a synthetic brush. Even if I try to take care of it, even if I clean it out after every session, even if I condition it after every session, you know? Brushes are hard to take care of, I'll be honest. It's not as easy as you probably would imagine it. Gotta make sure to get under the shoulder pad too, because you can see under the lip, under here. I gotta make sure to get in there. Do the same thing with mice and earbuds. I don't have a headset, just a standing mic and Skullcandy earbuds, and usually Logitech wired mice. I'm a bit different about that, because I know that if I buy an expensive thing, as long as I'm not smashing it against the desk, it's gonna last. But like, a paintbrush gets dirty, you know? It's like a tool used for a specific purpose that isn't gonna keep it clean. It's designed to get dirty, and that's different. I have expensive peripherals, you know. I'm wearing a $250 wireless headset right now. I have an $80 gamer, like, fucking MMO mouse. My keyboard's cheap, but that's because I was tired of getting fucking mechanical keyboards because they're overhyped. But, generally, my computer hardware I do invest in because I know it'll last, just because it's a lot easier to keep it in tip-top shape. At least it is for me. I know that usually when I paint, I have my rule of I start from the inside out. But these guys, this red is the most saturated color on the whole thing. So it's easy to start with it so I can fix any mistakes I make with it before I go on to the other colors. Because if I get any other colors on the red, it's super easy to fix the red, but it's hard to fix anything else if I get red on them. So these guys kind of break the rule. Thanks, camera. I'm really glad that that's what you decided to do right then. I like good quality brushes for watercolors, but I also would not spend a fortune. Yeah, I don't know. These synthetic Citadel brushes are just fine. I've used, like, really, really cheap synthetic brushes, like Artist Loft brushes from, like, fucking Michaels. Those are dog shit. But these Citadel brushes aren't bad. I know a lot of people say that they're not great. Like, don't buy brushes from Citadel. They're a bit overpriced. But it's only, like, fucking $4 for this brush. I don't give a shit. It'll last me a while. It'll be real nice. So it's fine. It's fine. People really like this shit on Citadel, and I get it. I'm not defending a corporation. I'm not. You would never catch me doing that. I will say that this product is better than people give it credit for. Citadel is a piece of shit, as all corps. But their products aren't necessarily bad. Hello, Ari. The thing I like about these guys is just there's a few times we reuse colors on different parts of them. His fur is the same color as the wood of the haft of the spear. So, like, you don't really notice it looking at them, but it means there's a lot less going on with color switching, and it's like it's already on the palette. There's just a lot of nice things about painting these, at least with the colors that I've chosen. I'm shocked at the amount of the lack of, like, adult hobby supplies at places like Michaels. Michaels is, like, literally for, like, gimmick home decor and art supplies for your child. Where do adults buy art supplies? They don't have a single... They have, like, one recognizable paint brand that I know at Michaels. And none of them are the good ones. There's no Vallejo. I wouldn't expect them to have Citadel or Army Painter, but, like, where's P3? You know? Where's Vallejo? Where's all of these brands that aren't necessarily specifically, like, branded Army Painter paints? Michaels sucks? It does. And Hobby Lobby sucks too, for more reasons than Michaels. But yeah, I just, like, where do people buy art supplies? Because, like, the things that, like, hobby stores typically don't sell are, like, cheap paint palettes. What's Michaels? It's a arts and crafts store. It has, you know, markers and paint and all kind of, like, hobby things, but it's more for, like, moms who do stay-at-home moms who do arts and crafts in their spare time for fun, and school children. Don't get me wrong, Michael's serves a good purpose and it's a fine store, but like I have no reason for it. Like what if I want hobby supplies, like I have to go to a hobby store? Like surely there's a need here that's not being met. What if I just want paint and palettes and not models? Why isn't there an adult place that sells that stuff? Paint and palettes, you know? Because, you know, my little hobby store doesn't necessarily stock the best art supplies. They'll have good paint, but that's it. Games Workshop I don't even think sells palettes, or if they do, definitely don't buy that. Almost done with the armor here, just gotta finish his little helmet. It's a store you go to last minute when you have a school project? Exactly. But yeah. I have a Gunpla specific store that I go to get my glue, because they're the only place that near me that sells the Tamiya glue that's like really close. So if I need the glue in a jam, I can go there. But they don't really sell any supplies. It's just spray paints, masking tape, and glue, and then a bunch of Gunpla. So it's like I couldn't get a pallet there. I went to Hobby Lobby. They're a Christian company. They were closed on Sunday. So I went to Michael's and I got the same pallets, but they cost me like fucking 4 times as much. It was $2 a pallet. I think at Hobby Lobby I spent $4 to get like 10. Michael's it cost me $2 to get 1. I wanted to blow my head off. It's the same fucking pallet. But yeah, it's alright. I made do. But I did have to do a little bit of driving around yesterday. Or this morning, actually. Alrighty, well that's all the armor. So it's kind of a time-consuming step, but it's worth it taking your time, because it'll be a bitch if you make a mess of it. Hobby Lobby, the one that had the artifact trafficking? Yeah. It sure was that one. Come on. See? All of his armor, all nice and picked out. Oh, I lied. Do you see what I missed? Do you see what I missed? It's funny how other people don't see it either. I didn't paint any of the panels on this arm, on his right arm. When everything's primer, it's hard to see all the details sometimes. Good morning, Matthew. Bro, I need to switch my time slot to fucking 3 a.m. Pacific. You guys are way more talkative than the normal time slot. No shade at you, normal time slot, when you guys are watching this VOD. But, dang. You guys are fucking yappers in here. It's not a negative. I need you guys to yap because I'm low energy. It's fucking 4 a.m. Okay, now we're done with the armor. I do their little like cloak in Skeleton Horde. Their little like I don't even know what you call it. Their dress. It's like a big one piece. Their sleeves, like they throw on a whole like robe and throw chainmail over that, and then the armor plates over the chainmail. But this like dress is all Skeleton Horde contrast. One piece. No, sorry, these guys ain't mid. Skaven are not mid. Boo. Wolfram, thanks for gifting Rotten. I know there are going to be a lot of One Piece fans out there. Especially in this time slot. That show was ugly. And I'm of the opinion that a good story doesn't need to be told over that amount of time if it's truly good. Brevity is a part of something being a well-told story. Horse, thanks for gifting Pare Gwen. The thing that I'm really liking about these Storm Vermin is they're not as monotonous as Stormcast or Space Marines. Because even though their uniforms are all the same, because they're Skaven, the uniformity isn't up to snuff. Like, some of them have more armor than others. Some of them have their plates, like, missing. Or they have more holes in their shit, you know? Okay, well that's that guy's little dress thing. It's a pretty quick step, that one. It's a way quicker than the armor. The armor is the longest step. What's the quote? Brevity is the soul of wit? I'm not sure, but there is a quote that is like that. I haven't watched because the number of episodes is intimidating. No matter what anyone tells you, they say, oh, well, here's a list of all the episodes you need to watch that cuts out all the filler. You could cut out even more. I can guarantee it. It's just told poorly. I'm not gonna say it's the actual good, like the actual meat of it is bad, but it's not worth eating because there's too much gristle. I then take a heavy amount of Agrax Earthshade and apply this over all of the skin and fur to get a nice kind of pale brown. It's interesting using a shade this way. A lot of the times you think of a shade as something that goes over a paint, like a base layer, but this is it's a shade going right over primer with nothing else. And it works very well. Because technically a primer is paint, but they tend to lack, I guess, color. They tend to be pale or dark, but they usually aren't like, you know, a hue. So using a shade directly over a primer is interesting, because it's going to be heavily influenced by the primer color. And so since we undercoated in gray, it's going to really wash out the brown that Agrax usually gives. I'll apply it all over his face. All over his face, his teeth, his nose, all of it. We don't have to discriminate. His eyeballs, it doesn't matter. His ears. But But yeah, I have a friend who's really into One Piece, and he updates me on all like the big plot developments. And while I'm happy that he's happy, it's also like, dang, it's like glacial. It is glacial, the pace. Gotta make sure to get the undersides of his arms, like his wrists, his little rat hands. All of his fingers. My paint closed. I'm glad JoJo does parts. Well, that's the thing. JoJo parts end. Like they're mostly, at this point, self-contained. I don't know. I just can't stand something that doesn't know when to end. And I know that's ironic. Some people will say, but don't you love, you know, the two people that are familiar with it, don't you love Brandis Sanderson's Cosmere? But the Cosmere is only, quote-unquote only, gonna be 5 1,200-page books, and then it has a time skip. So, and it'll be done before One Piece. It started and ended before One Piece. So, it's not that bad. But yeah, I just tend to think that things like One Piece are too long. And I think it's only things like One Piece. It's one of the only examples I can think of where I think that's just too long. Because most things end. Most things end. I take Volupus Pink, and I just apply this over his little tail. I've seen some other people water this down so that it's a bit less saturated. But I really like the really bright pink tail, how saturated it is. I think it's a fun little spot of color on them, and it makes them look cute. So they get a nice pink tail. It looks really saturated right now, but it'll dry a little bit less saturated than that. While we're here, we'll paint the little rat's tail. We'll paint his tail too. I don't know what color I'm gonna paint the little rat, but we'll decide later. For now, we'll just paint his tail. Now move on to the brown. Where did my dark wood go? Yeah, that's the other thing. The size of something, the length, isn't as important if you got into it early enough, because you don't have to worry about it. So we have speed paint dark wood, and this just goes over all of his fur. So if you look under his chin, he's got like a little fur texture. This just goes there, and it will also go on the haft of the spear. They all have like hair and beards, but they tend to be actually pretty hairless. And then they have it also, like at the gaps in their like elbows. You can see like at the tufts here, he's got some fur. And that tends to really be it on them as far as like really fuzzy parts. And then I just leave the rest of it the same color as it was. This guy, you can kind of see spots above his feet. So I'll try to just give them a teeny tiny bit of this dark color. He had one little dark spot there. I got a little overboard, so I'll just wipe it away. There we go. You know what? I'll paint the little rat this color on the base. This dark brown. This one will be dark brown. And I'm not going to even try to say like, oh, well, I'm going to paint the little rat's features. No, his whole body just gets this dark brown on it, and we'll pick out his eyes at the end. The only detail of work the little rat gets is his tail. Because he's technically a basing element, we don't want to put too much effort into him. See, now a little rat down there has color. There we go. YouTube Shorts got me out of watching shows to summarize some major plot points. Literally know what goes on in The Sopranos, Dexter, and some others because of Shorts. I mean, I've never watched, like, YouTube Shorts, like, as a pastime. I have watched YouTube Shorts, like, singular, but I don't, like, really spend my time watching them. They tend to be brain poison for sure. I just poured out the silver, but we weren't done with the brown. Goofy me. I still got to do the haft of the spear. My brush is splitting. I need to wet it again, and I'm running out of brown paint. I didn't put enough. Just like I was complaining the other day about cables, painting like spear hafts and stuff is really annoying because you got to keep spinning the model to make sure you're getting all 360 degrees of it. But we'll get there. And we did. We got there. Hello, Limes. How's it going? That's really all the brown on the spear, honestly. He has a little bit on the underside poking out. But they have their spears wrapped. And we'll get to that after the silver. That the blades of the spears, the spikes on his back, and the chainmail and the butt of the spear all get the same color. And it is speed paint, broadsword silver, which is really one of my favorite speed paints. You guys have seen how often I use this stuff. It's just my go-to, like, kind of steel color. Yeah. It's a nice kind of neutral silver. It's not too bright. It's not super dark either. It flows real nice, got real nice coverage. I don't even feel like it's so small. I'm barely moving it from where I'm putting it when it's in frame, and it moves all the way out because we're so zoomed in. It's hard to convey how zoomed in we are. My camera cannot zoom in any more than it is right now. But yeah, I mean, it looks like that. Then we pick out his chainmail. And with very textured elements like the chainmail, I almost tend to find that kind of dabbing the paint on works a bit better than trying to brush it on, because the brush gets caught in all of the little links. So if you continuously just lift it up and put it back down right on top of them, it tends to cover a bit better. I got a little bit on his jerkin. That's what we'll call it. His jerkin. We'll just have to fix that later. But I wiped most of it off. It's just hard to reach in there sometimes. The thing about this paint, though, is it flows a little bit too well. So you gotta make sure not to overload your brush. Oh, and it had been a while since I had spun this boy around. We missed the wooden detail on him. The haft of his little short sword there needs to get the same color as the spear haft. Trash Snail, what's up? How's it going? Appreciate the raid. Hope whatever you guys were up to was fun and went well. I am painting Age of Sigmar, brand new Storm Vermin at 4 a.m. because I've lost control of my life. What better times are to paint than 4 a.m.? Pretty true. I've done it before. I painted 2 Primaris Outriders like a week and a half ago at 4 a.m. They turned out nice. So, honestly, 4 a.m. might be the play. Camera, come on. Thank you. I was saying I forgot this wooden detail here. Only the best weapons for the Skaven. A hunk of metal sandwiched between 2 planks. Call that a sword. There we go. This dang camera really doesn't like being zoomed in, but he's just gonna have to deal. I'll do all the little, like, his belt and, like, cloth, like, wrappings. I use Citadel, where'd it go? Is it? Yep. Contrast. Rattling Grime, which is, very, I guess, what do they call it? On brand for them. Using Rattling Grime on the Skaven. It's a nice, like, brown-black color, and it gives really good contrast, which you'll see when I'm done applying it. I really like the effect it has. Again, I've talked about it before, and I know contrast is in the name of a contrast paint, but they are not all created equal. So if you, like, look at this one, you can see, like, here, on, like, the little cloth ribbon, you can see that it sunk really well into the middle of it, and then left the edge paler, so it's gonna dry looking real nice. Good morning, Aqua. How's it going? And I'm gonna do the same color on his belt and the little wrapping around the hilt of his short sword. And with that, we're really close to getting done with base coats. We have a couple more base coats to do. And then we shade, and then he's done. I mean, it really is. They're pretty fast. For some reason I just got the notification. It's alright. You're here now, and that's what matters. I didn't do the spikes on his cuirass. The armor around someone's neck, is that a gorget or is it French or some shit and it's like gorget? Because I've heard it both ways. But I'm not a medieval armorer, so I don't really know. I'm going to zoom out just a little and see if camera struggles a bit less. Because it's really pissed off. And now I can actually like do this and have him not go completely out of frame. I also didn't get some of the chainmail on his chest underneath his breastplate. I think I'm gonna hit the little Skaven talisman on his tail with the same brown as the rest of the wooden details, because it's like a little wooden effigy. So it'll get this color too. Some of them have metal ones, but this is not one. At least it doesn't look like one to me. It looks wooden. So this gets that color, and that's that detail. And then we have to paint the rope on his tail. We have to paint the pouch at his waist, and the other detail on his spear. And then we shade, and then he's all done. The pouch is going to be real simple. It's just going to be speed paint, Grim Black. Real simple. Grim Black has really grown on me as a paint. I used to not like it very much. I didn't find it had good coverage, and I've talked about this before. But the reformulated Grim Black is actually really good. It covers really well while still offering really good contrast. So on a shape like this pouch, that has a lot of nice texture and like angles. It'll make it look black, but then not like remove all that nice detail, which I'll show you once I'm done base coating it, what that looks like. So, if you look at it now, Gorget, I thought so. See? His little pouch there? You can see the different shades on it already after this one coat. That'll show in the final, when it's dried. So it looks good. So we got really a couple more base coats. We have his eyeballs, we have the spear, and I forgot to do his nose. But the nose is real easy. The nose, we just take the same color as the tail, that volupus pink, and you just pick out his nose. That's really it. You just pick his little nose out. Looking good, thanks Trash Snail. And for the other detail on the spear, I'm noticing something else I missed that you guys wouldn't notice. There's no way you guys would notice. You would think it's done. The straps on the bracers that you can see over his wrist, I pick out in the same brown that I picked out all the wood details in. Spots like right there, you can kind of see him. Right. Come on, camera. Stop focusing on dark wood. See, right there. You can see his wrist. So I'm just going to pick those out in a way that you guys can't see because it's a teeny tiny detail. And I'm really not that worried about you guys seeing me do that bit. But I'll wash my brush real quick first. It's got like a piece of schmutza in it. Get out of there, schmutza. It was one of my hairs stuck to it. brush has enough hairs. My brush is splitting and it wasn't at the beginning, and that is making me angry. I will have to definitely condition it after today. There we go. Bro, I got no idea what you want me to name a Stellaris leader. Name him the Great Horned Rat. There you go. I picked out these details on their spears in Rune Lord Brass. Yeah, see how it's splitting? Come on, camera, you got it. See, oh, 1 second. There! It wasn't doing that at the start. And I don't have any paint in the base of the brush or anything. So I don't know why it's doing that. It literally wasn't doing that at the start. Don't tell me he's already dying. There's no way. I've treated the other brushes way worse than this one. I'll just condition it after the paint job. I think that long hair was my hair that I picked out of it. Because they're all uniform again. I picked my own hair out of it. Thought it was on the guy? Where? Where? Not visually? What are you talking about? You got me scared. And that's all those little brass details done. And now we just do his eyeballs, and we shade, and we add tufts, and he is complete. For the most part, I think there's one. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Forgetting something. What am I forgetting? His toes. His toenails. So I take... My Rune Lord Brass keeps doing this. It fucking pees on me whenever I go to close it. And I don't even know how paint is getting in a place where it can pee on me. But look how it's like drying up on the side of this lid, but not this. Well, it kind of is on the side too. Citadel paint pots, man. Piece of shit. Like, I open this up. How is paint getting there? If you look at how this is, and then I go to close it, and it ends up with paint there when I shake it or something. It's so annoying. I hate these stupid paint pots. Waste of fucking paint. It's like I have to take a knife and like scrape all of this out so that then the lid can close again. Because this is a pretty new pot of Rune Lord Brass too. And this is how it is already. And I haven't even used this that much. I think I used it a pretty good amount on Angron. I think Angron's armor is this color. Like, look at the shit that I'm like fucking peeling out of here. Yuck. Yeah, I could rebottle this. I'm just lazy. I had rebottled a lot of my GW paints at one point, but it's just a hassle, and I'm not. There's something about the rebottling process. If you fuck it up, your paints are gonna dry out and die. You gotta be careful. It's like I gotta be careful playing around with this knife right now. We got a side quest to fix this paint pot real quick mid paint. Yeah, there's all this like half-dried goop. What the hell? Get out of here. I sure love mica powder. I might take a bite. There's no shot that Games Workshop actually uses real aluminum in their metallics. That shit's mica. The lid is not awful. Not as awful as the rim was, so let's see if we can get this to close up better. I mean, it looks a lot better. But look, it just peed on me again. When I rubbed my thumb across the fucking lid. That was fresh paint. How? From where? It's like, see, it's coming out of the back. See? How? Whatever. Whatever. Motherfucker. I did my best. Okay, his toes. His toes, teeth, and fingernails all get skeleton horde over them, which will look a little bit different than his jerkin, because his jerkin had it over primer, and this is going over Agrax Earthshade. So, I just apply it, just one nice little coat over all of his little claws, and his teeth, and his fingernails. Usually can't see much of their fingernails, so I'm not that stressed about those. But their teeth and their toenails are really visible. So I definitely try to get those. This guy is the first one that I'm painting that has his mouth closed, so I don't have to paint his tongue. His tongue would be the same color as the tail. But yeah, I just run this into his little teeth. I missed a part of his fur behind his ear here. There we go. I have the little rope on his tail that I think I'll paint Skeleton Horde as well while I'm at it. This little, like, kind of, you can see as like a little string attaching that thing to him. It also looks like I got silver on the tip of his tail. I'm noticing the reflection in the camera. So I'll just have to cover that up real quick. Yeah, and now he's all base coated except for his eyes. And we don't really have many mistakes to fix. It's really just that thing on his tail. And that's kind of it. We're going into the shading stage after we do his eyeballs. So first I'll fix the tail, then we'll do eyes, then we'll shade, and then we'll base rim, and then we'll tuft, and then he's done. It really is a pretty simple paint job. I probably went a little bit slower because we're streaming, but I still think this is pretty fast. Like Justified Space Marine eye lenses, they get ball red in their eyeballs. Let's see if I can do it. They got pretty tiny eyeballs, but they're pretty clearly set in their helmet, so it's just finding the right angle of my little fucking brush and just kind of... There's one. The thing is, when you're doing this, you're touching so little of the model, you don't feel it. You don't feel it make contact. You don't. It's just like an instinct thing. But I think that was just about perfect here when it'll focus. see? There's a little eyeball in there. And in there. See how much nice variation we get on the skin with the different, just have 3 colors. It's gray cere with Agrax Earthshade on top, then the pink nose and the dark fur, and they look fine. It looks really good. It's not really complex. It doesn't require anything crazy. So now I think I'll try to pick out the tiny little baby rat's eyeball. He gets little red eyes too, as he too is a demonic rat, even though he's pretty normal. And then we will shade him. I use a few shades for this. They're almost entirely Army Painter because my Citadel shades all died, and I don't have... My stores don't have any. No oil, no nothing. So, I use mostly these 2. Dark tone for black, and strong tone for brown. Almost everything gets dark tone. The only thing that gets strong tone is the brass details. All the other things that I'm going to be using shading stuff on is going to be dark tone, which is really just the steel. I'm not shading these guys all over. I know some people probably think they need that, but I'm kind of okay with the way they look without it. The Flesh Terror is just a good enough job self-shading. So, areas like this. Just one good coat over the spear. If I put too much on, I'll dry off my brush, and you just soak up the excess. Capillary action will just take it right back. Thank you. I'd like some of this back. Thank you. And you can dab some of it off if you need to. But Skaven are kind of dingy. It's okay if you kind of get a pretty good amount on there. And then some on the underside of the spear. And the butt of the spear, you can't forget that. The little spikes on his back, and then all of the chainmail. Oh, and his sword. And the chainmail is like really greedy for this stuff, so I tend to not have any trouble getting it to spread around. It really fills in all the little pockets, as you can see if you compare the bottom half to the top half. The chainmail slurps this stuff up. It really does. It's designed for shit like this, for taking in shades. And again, it makes the chainmail look way better, and everyone thinks I worked really hard on it, and then you see me do it, and it's like, no, that took 1 millisecond. I just slopped some black sludge on it, and it made it look good. Turn once again with more rats. What's up, Phaedros? How's it going? I didn't put enough on my palette, though, so I need a couple more drops. The other thing about these Army Painter's shades is they come in dropper bottles. So not only am I not going to spill them, I'm less likely to overuse them as well. I dropped the rat on the table. We really just have to hit his front. couple spots I'm gonna fix with flesh tears, but other than that, he's basically done after that, which is kind of wild. But like I was saying, these guys really aren't that hard to do. They're real simple, and I think they're really fun. And they look really good afterwards. You got an Arch Warlock, Warlock Galvanier, Warp Spark Weapon Battery, and Storm Vermin. The Plague Pack? I wanted to get a Plague Pack. I saw they re-released those as like a standalone unit, because like the Underworlds or Warcry thing or whatever they were a part of got like canned or discontinued or whatever. Yeah, I wanted to get a Plague Pack. They're so cool. Vermin Lord, I'm not sure I'm gonna get. If I get any Vermin Lord, it's gonna be Vizix Scour. The Arch Warlock, I definitely want. I also want the Warlock Galvanier and the Warp Spark Weapon Battery. I'm not really a fan of the Brood Terror or the Master Molder. I did get this guy, the Krizik Foulblade. So I'm excited for him. I might paint him on stream tomorrow. But yeah, I really like all the new Skaven releases. Oh, I wanted to get the Globadiers. I like the Globadiers. Those things rule. I'm just giving him a once-over. What am I forgetting? I'm forgetting to shade the brass. But after that, he's done. I know some people are like, but where's the Shrieking Grime? Why aren't you shading him so he looks like he crawled out of a poop pile? Because he's an honorable storm vermin, and he takes as much pride in his appearance as a Skaven can. This is when you see that washes are that like shading is cheating. Like you see this detail on the spear, and then I slop some of this on it, and it's like, oh, well, there it all is now. It took 1 millisecond, and now that looks like 3 times better. Suddenly having that brown slop put on it. Yeah, but lucky for me, Phaedros, I don't care about rules, because I'm just paint. I don't care about rules at all. There's a new Warpaints Fanatic matte black that I'm using. Pretty good. My replacement for the Black Legion that I normally use. This stuff is thick. Like the amount of strength I have to use to squeeze paint out of this bee. A lot. This stuff is creamy. My new gaming store that I go to has the Fanatic like a mega set. The stream is getting you through work. Well, unfortunately, we're probably ending really soon. Because I'm done with this beat. And I don't think I'm going to do another. But, Warpaints Fanatic, you know, if I win the lottery, I'll buy that mega set. $200 and it's like 70 paints or something. But the thing is, I already have the speed paint, like, fucking complete set. I don't need that Fanatic mega set. I don't need it. Feeling sleepy yet? No. But I should try. It'll just be a short little... Paint this little rat, and then I go away. Yeah, this stuff applies super smooth. Super matte. It's like my new favorite, like, matte black. I mean, Black Legion still flows really nice. But right out of the bottle, this stuff is super good for, like, base rims or, like, blacking something out. This stuff is honestly maybe just as good as Black Legion. Because Black Legion isn't really a contrast paint. But it's the first Fanatic paint that I've used. And, you know, if they're all like this, that's pretty juiced for a paint line. And word on the street is that they are all like this. Let's get some tufts on this guy. See, look how tiny he is. I'm just giving these guys each a couple tufts. They're only on 25 millimeters. They don't need more than that. Honestly, I might only do one on some of them, just to save tufts. Like, does this guy need another one? Honestly, no, he doesn't. See? 28.5? Close enough. And there he is. Our new storm vermin. And here's his captain or whatever. He looks this. They're a nice little squad. These friends. Yeah. So, there's that. Wish him well in battle. Oh, he'll die horribly. He'll get hit with a fucking cannon or something. No Skaven dies well. It's not how they work. But we still have a lot of them to do. You can see them all back here behind the paint. We have the bannerman. We have the musician. And then we have, like, 6 more normal ones or something. 5 more normal ones. 5 more normal ones. The bannerman, the musician, and Kritok. And then after we get all these guys done, it's time to go and do all the Skaven Tide. Holy shit, there's so many. But I really like Kritok, how he looks like he's meant to lead Storm Vermin, because he's just like a beefed up Storm Vermin. So yeah, that's fun. But yeah, now I have 3 of them painted in just a day. So that's not bad at all. I'm not really sure how I'm going to do this banner, but it should be fun. 4+ save and 1 wound. Gonna die quick. Yeah. Globadier's got 2 wounds? What the hell? I need to rearrange the cabinet yet again, because I don't know exactly where these guys are going in it. I'll probably have a whole, like, Skaven Tide shelf where all my Skaven and Stormcast will go, because I have a ton of both of those things. Oh, other things. I don't remember who exactly it was, but someone had been asking me forever to, oh wow, her wink's coming off. To prime Indrasta. So after about 3 years, Indrasta is on the list. So she'll get there as the leader of the Stormcast force. There she is. So she needs more paint or more glue though. Look at this wing. See? That's all it took. But yeah, Andrasta. Go on, lady, get that wing back on. Goes on at a specific angle. It's kind of funky. There it goes. Probably 3 years ago I assembled her very badly, I am sure. So it'll stay this time. I wish she had a helmet. I'm just picky about my Stormcast. I like them being, like, looking like inhuman automatons. But she gets her little face out. That's alright. I could always rip her head off and, like, put a helmet on her, but... yeah. Okay, well, that's it. No biggeries at all. We started on the painting desk, and we're gonna end on the painting desk. Let's see, what else do I gotta do before we end? Honestly, nothing. Oh, I know what I'll do. Let's condition our brushes. It's like brush conditioner and shampoo. It like binds to the paint and like makes it all goopy, like soap. It's really just brush soap. And then you can wash all the gunk out of them and like reshape the point. It also, you know, like when you get a brush out of the package, it's like kind of stiff. Hopefully next time I use this brush, it doesn't split. I don't know why I was doing that. But I guess I'll just do this to all three of my Games Workshop brushes real fast. Actually, I did it to this one earlier. Actually, you could tell I did it to these earlier and I forgot. If I push on it, it doesn't, it's stiff. It was already conditioned. It won't make them brand new without a lot of work, but you can get pretty good. It's just good maintenance to do that after every session, honestly. And I should do it after every session. I just forget. Any other things I need to throw away on this desk? Some plastic. I'm like collecting everything in my fucking paper towel. Like a trick-or-treater. What's this? Plastic. How's that sprue glue looking? Ooh, it's looking a bit grayer. See how it's getting kind of milky in there? A little bit grayer. However, I can still feel the sprue in here, so it's not done melting. So keep at it, buddy. Okay, well, glad you could by. Enjoy the rest of your day, man. Having a free to catch more streams? Yeah, I mean, I got plenty of VODs in a YouTube archive if you just want to watch those. But yeah, I know it's been a while, and it seems like you're going through some stuff, so I hope things improve for you, man. I still respect you for being the only other guy who liked gin back in, like, fucking 2018. Okay, well, that's it, everybody.